I've always been super interested in fitness, so I used to suffer from anorexia as well. The gym kind of helped me get out of that state.
Why Dubai first? Why did you consider moving to Dubai?
I looked at people and what they used to do in my industry too. Dubai was on top of that list. I've been here on holiday and also I did a solo trip here too. I enjoyed that, but also especially the weather. That was my main thing. And all the costs and everything, it seemed like a smarter move from a financial perspective too.
The convenience is second to none.
She gave me this number and she was like, you can order groceries on this number and they'll bring it to your door.
So in this video, I am interviewing a client of Chiara Accounting who has been incredibly successful in the fitness space. We're going to be talking about her journey of building her own entrepreneurial business in the fitness space, and also her journey in moving to Dubai, new city, new vibe, just in the last few weeks or so. So introducing today's guest is Chiara Pugliesi. Now, forgive me if I have mispronounced that. How was that as a pronunciation?
You are very close, to be fair.
Closer?
So closer than anyone else.
Oh, wow. I take that as a compliment.
So people normally call me Chiara, to be fair. That's just how they read it. But you did it Chiara Pugliesi. So it's like, yes.
Okay, so
yes.
it's a silent G.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
Perfect. I'll know that for next time. Perfect. Chiara, thank you for coming along today.
No worries. Thank you for inviting me.
Cool. So we'll kick off with, we're in Dubai at the moment, and you have recently moved here. Exciting times in the last few weeks. We've kind of helped you in that process. So talk to us about why Dubai first? Why did you consider moving to Dubai?
I'm originally from Italy and I moved to the UK initially and I stayed there 10 years. I was in Manchester first and I kind of just got bored of, not bored, but it just kind of started getting on me because obviously being from a really sunny place, Manchester was very rainy. Every summer it was very rainy. So I've been thinking about relocating for a while. I started traveling first. I think it hits you first with like, oh, let's do trips, solo trips. And I started seeing how nice it was even in Spain. I did my first solo trip in Spain and I really enjoyed it. And I took it as a test of kind of living outside of the UK. So I thought, okay, maybe I could potentially move to a different country where it's sunnier, first of all. So I kind of just started looking at that. And then I looked at people and what they used to do in my industry too. So it seemed like a lot of them preferred Dubai over other places. So I started doing some research. And of course, Dubai was on top of that list. I've been here on holiday and also I did a solo trip here too. So I really enjoyed the fact that it offered that safety for women too. So I enjoyed that, but also especially the weather. That was my main thing. And obviously, yeah, I had to say everyone kind of just skips over that. But being honest about the taxes too, it's just
absolutely, 100%.
a reason. I mean, like I feel like people just can like dodge that reason, but that's also a reason. And being working really, really hard and paying VAT, everything on top, corporation tax and all the costs and everything, it seemed like a smarter move from a financial perspective too.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that at all. And it's good that you're saying that because the government needs to listen to this because they're driving out, successful entrepreneurs from the country because they're just racking up taxes for entrepreneurs and particularly people like yourself in the content creation influencer space that you're not tied down by location. You can be anywhere. And actually, Dubai is probably a better destination for you because the content that you can produce is just so much nicer. You don't need a backdrop. And the whole of Dubai is just a lovely green screen, right? It's content you can produce.
Yeah, and I feel like there is more people that do what I do too. So it's easier to make connections. I feel like I've only been here 3 weeks and already spoke to so many people that do what I do. So I suppose I feel less lonely and isolated, whereas in Manchester I felt like almost I was the only one. And being your own business, especially online, it can be quite lonely too. So obviously you're just you and your laptop, and obviously I have a couple of employees too, but it's all based online. So there is not much human interaction or anything like that. So yeah,
Dubai is clearly a hotspot. It's attracting a lot of talent, a lot of business owners because of all the reasons that you have mentioned. I think one key point when we're speaking to people is that they first need to get wherever they're moving, and We obviously help a lot of people move to Dubai, but it's important that you get a feel of the place first rather than just seeing YouTube videos and think, yeah, I want to go there and it's 0% tax, I'll move there. It's got to be right for you. So, did you do some trips, and did you kind of, rather than staying in hotels, stay in certain places for periods of time to figure out, okay, well, I need to be in this area or not that area? Just that's a really useful conversation.
Yeah, so many people actually even ask me, and they would just contact me and say, oh, do you recommend? I like it, but I always say the first thing, you need to experience it yourself. Don't just go off based on other people, because everyone has got different needs, different things that they like as well. So I always recommend first coming, and that's what I did. A lot of people were suggesting to me, oh, come to Dubai. First of all, I'm going to go visit it, see how I like it, and then we'll go from there. So that's what I did. Instead of staying in a hotel, this is a very good tip. I think people should stay in an Airbnb so that they can actually experience the true day in the life. Because I feel like if you're in a hotel, you're almost like in a bubble. You have everything done for you. And don't get me wrong, Dubai just facilitate a lot of that anyway, but I feel like it's different from staying in a hotel where you just go downstairs and food is made to you, instead trying to go food shopping, just even if you want, hire a car, see how it is. And that's more, I feel like, a true reflection of staying in a place rather than just, I'll just get like a hotel and stay here. It's not the same.
Yeah, no, that's really good advice, actually. And yeah, everyone should do that, and it's very easy to do that. And like you say, actually live in Dubai. It's very easy to make the transition, because it's not like some cities where you go. For example, in Manchester, you might move to an area where you walk out of your door, there's no like shopping centre or anywhere, grocery store. You have to get in a car to go to a place. But Dubai is quite good. Anywhere you are, literally, you walk out, you'll have a grocery store, you have a laundry, and you'll have an app that will just deliver everything to you.
It's very easy. I mean, it almost mind-blowing for me. Even if I go to a supermarket and people pack your food, like your groceries, you'll be at the cash point and they'll do it for you. And I honestly, I feel almost bad in a way. I'm like, no, I'll do it myself, because I'm like, it's almost like crazy. Like, I'm just like, no, don't worry. So yeah, but in that sense, there is a lot of that, like, they make your life so much easier here. So
yeah, no, it's a very kind of convenient lifestyle, and for us, coming from, I mean, you lived in the UK for 10 years, right? And then you've been in Italy, a European country. It's kind of more similar to the UK than it is
yeah,
here.
I thought that. I mean, why do they even have UK plugs here as well? I mean, I thought that. I was like, oh, that's great. I thought I was just going to have to search for different adapters here. And they have a lot of even UK places, UK brands here too. So yeah, I always thought about it, why it is that they have more UK. They must have like a huge UK influence here.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah, I guess it dates back to the time where it was under UK rule many years ago. The convenience is second to none. I mean, I've never been in a place where literally you can run your life on WhatsApp, right? You want your laundry done, it's a WhatsApp away. You want your groceries delivered, it's a WhatsApp away. You want to call a taxi, it's a WhatsApp.
My friend told me yesterday, like, she gave me this number, and she was like, you can order groceries on this number and they'll bring it to your door. And I'm like, what? Surely no. I actually thought there's no way. And she was like, yeah, try it. And I was like, yeah, it actually happened. And it's not more expensive, because people will think, oh, they will just bring you all the most expensive things. You can even request the price range. So it's actually crazy.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday I was doing a podcast at another studio, and he said, oh, you need to get an SD card. Where am I getting an SD card from? He goes, oh, you just go on this Noon app and they'll be with you in 15 minutes. Really? Yeah, if you go on Noon and it says, yeah, delivery within 15 minutes. Wow.
Yeah, I feel like going back to either like Italy or the UK, then will be hard, because you're used to this like new life, and then going back will be, oh my God.
It creates jobs. And yes, whilst we may think, okay, this stuff in the UK we could do ourselves, but it creates jobs. And
yeah, it gives more opportunities.
Have opportunities and are able to earn, and they're able to support their families. So all in all, it's all contributing to the economy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what else on the topic of Dubai? Have you found a place to stay at? What area are you staying in at the moment? And what's going through your mind in terms of where to stay?
So my opinion and my decision has been heavily influenced because I had one friend that was already relocated from the UK. She's one of my best friends from uni. So that's another thing. There's so many people that actually moved here that I know even that I know from like the UK or indirectly through other people. So it's not that lonely as daunting for me. For example, moving to Manchester was crazy. Literally complete culture shock, not knowing anyone, barely speaking English as well. So that was crazy. But here, so obviously she told me she lives in Business Bay, just near the canal. So this lovely tower, and the prices are not even that bad in comparison to what I was paying in Manchester. So you will think initially, oh my God, renting here is so expensive, but actually it's not as expensive as you think.
What are the ranges, or how much is a typical, what is a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom in Business Bay?
So I paid 115,000 dirhams. The conversion in the UK is?
Yeah, sort of divide by 5, right? So that's not bad. And then you've got bills are not very expensive on top.
No, I mean, I only literally moved in yesterday, so I'm still setting that up.
Very new.
But I'll let you know.
Yeah,
but everyone says they're not, apparently.
Yeah,
but.
so that's not bad. So that's in Business Bay area, which is obviously quite near down. That's in downtown. You've got Burj Khalifa, Dubai Mall. I mean, I was staying here last week in a hotel not far from the studio, actually. And I was able to walk to Burj Khalifa area in about 20 minutes or so. How far are you from that area, would you say?
Yeah, similar.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
very similar.
So that's not bad. You know, for let's say 115,000 is what, if I do my maths right, about 23,000, so less than £2,000 a month. And you're literally in downtown area. If you were to equate that to London, that's like living in central London, you know?
Yeah. In comparison to London, there is definitely like a huge price difference to London for sure. I'm glad I'm just close to my friend. Like literally, she's just in the same tower, so that's why I just decided purely. So my decision was heavily influenced.
Did you check out any other areas? Did you go to like Marina, JBR area?
Yeah, checked out other places, but I felt like in the Marina, the places that I saw anyway, Marina is very crowded, I suppose. And also the buildings are not as new from what I've seen anyway. Maybe, I don't know if other people have. But yeah, like I've done a few viewings, and there were, I was kind of decided between a couple of options between Marina to, the price is more expensive, of course, in the Marina, that's for sure. But for me, my decision, like I said, I was biased because my friend was in the same tower, and it's nice to have someone familiar too. In the same building. So that was my reasoning, I suppose.
So you didn't spend very long. Literally, you've signed up to a year's contract. So you got here and then Airbnb, or maybe you stayed with your friend and then got into an apartment straight away because you knew where you wanted to live. Yeah, perfect. Okay. And I guess for you, you don't really need to be in any particular location because all your stuff is done from anywhere, right? So if you need to travel to the beach, you can do.
Yeah.
And therefore, you have the best of both worlds.
Yeah, exactly. And like all apartments have amazing pools. That's another thing that's amazing. Obviously, you give it for granted if you live in Dubai, but me living in Manchester in the rain, it makes a difference. Like, oh my God, like on a Sunday morning, I can just sunbathe.
Jump in the pool, yeah.
That is crazy.
And gyms.
Like my gym in my building is great. I mean, I wouldn't even need an external membership if I wanted to. It's really, really good and well equipped.
What does the next few weeks look like? What have you got planned whilst you settle into your new home?
Yeah, I mean, settling in. I was lucky to have my apartment furnished, so at least I don't have to look for that. So that was really good too. Trying to make friends, I suppose, too, because obviously I know a couple of contacts, but it's basically starting from zero, isn't it? Like you have to start from moving. But it's not, there is a lot of social things happening that you get invited to. So yeah, I'm sure there will be plenty of opportunities to get to know people and make friends, because we all have that social need too, don't we? Especially when you're moving to a new country on your own. So yeah, and obviously focusing on the business, that is number one, making sure that I grow and make new contacts and good business moves. That is the key. That is why I moved here as well. So
there's a big community here of people in the fitness space. So everyone's come here with the same mindset of opportunity and of network and connection and building a social life as well. So no doubt you'll be making friends before long, and kind of your diary's going to be packed, no doubt about it. Talk to us a little bit about what you're doing at the moment, where you generate obviously you've got quite a big brand on socials. what is off the back of that? What is the coaching program that you offer? And what is your current model that you've built over time, and how have you built it?
It started all by accident, almost like I've always been super interested in fitness. I mean, I come from a very eating disorder background where I was super, super skinny. So I used to suffer from anorexia as well. So that was a big sting back in the day. But the gym kind of helped me get out of that state and helped me develop as well, not only mentally, but also physically. And it just completely transformed me, my confidence, my well-being, my physique, everything. So from there, I just decided that I would want to inspire other people to do the same, because if I could do it, I thought everyone else could do too. So that was the reasoning behind. So at the time I was working in an office, and it's when I actually got made redundant that time. So it was honestly in a period of uncertainty. I had to look for a new job. And I shared one of my transformation pictures when I was really, really skinny to where I am now. So obviously celebrating strength and empowerment. And that went viral. So from there, I started getting lots of requests from people for me to come up with a workout plan. So back in the day, I'm talking about a couple of years ago now, I started with a PDF first, like a PDF plan. And that I sold so many of them in like a matter of a week even. And that was enough for me not to kind of worry for like a while and just maybe consider this as a career. And then from there, I launched my online coaching program too. So one-to-one coaching. And now I've got my own application as well. So, and I basically have my own team too of people that coach clients and customers one-on-one. And we focus on women mainly. So on boosting their confidence, coming from different backgrounds, whether they're beginners, intermediates, or whether they want to lose weight or gain weight. We're there to kind of help them feel empowered.
My wife is a personal trainer into well-being, nutrition and stuff. So
yeah, it comes hand in hand, especially nowadays. Like a lot of people struggle with mental health too. Myself too. I have a therapist myself too. So it's definitely something I encourage. And I feel like fitness helps me a lot to, after workouts, always feel so much better. You feel empowered. You feel good in the power that we have to completely transform our body. And some people don't know the power that they have until they actually start and they see what they can do. And we have incredible potential for us to completely transform. So it's really good and it's empowering. That's the message I want to give to women that struggle with their self-esteem and their body confidence. I promote a lot of body positivity as well. So yeah, that's my mission.
Fantastic. Well, that's a great mission to have. So in terms of when you were talking about the business now, you're building the business, you got that one video that goes viral, you start selling these PDFs only a couple of years ago. So, and then is it just a case, did you go and learn from other people in terms of how to create content? Did you have a strategy, or did you just kind of do more of the stuff that you saw was working that enabled you to grow your following to what it is today?
I'm a very self-taught person. I learned everything myself, even from even English, I learned on my own, like gymming, I learned on my own. I run my business on my own and did everything on my own kind of thing. So I was kind of just listening to the feedback and what people were telling me and judging from the progress that they were making too. That was a good sign that obviously what I was doing was great. And obviously, I'm a qualified PT too, and I've been for a few years as well. And yeah, I feel like it's been trial and error for everything. I'm not saying everything has always gone super smooth. I learned a lot, and there have been times where it's been, oh my God, stressful. My Italianness has definitely come out more. But yeah, it's a learning curve. I feel like with every business, you can't expect yourself to be perfect. And that's the kind of thing that I also need to be better at. Sometimes I'm so hard on myself and expect, the world that works crazy hours. And I always feel like, oh, yeah, I need to do more. I need to push more. I need to do more. But there is a limit, and it's important that you also consider your work-life balance too. A lot of people are just so quick to just point the finger at themselves, like hard on themselves all the time. But sometimes it's good to actually just appreciate how far you've come and what you have achieved. And I feel like sometimes I forget. It's always the next step, the next step, the next step. But it's important to recognize all the hard work. So
yeah, absolutely. I think it's a common trait with many entrepreneurs that it's just about just getting to the next level, and actually not appreciating, how far you've come. Just want to take you back to that time where you got made redundant, you started doing the fitness thing, you sold the PDFs. At what point did you say, okay, well, it still would have been quite uncertain for you, just selling PDFs and thinking, well, is this going to continue? What gave you that drive, that ambition, the motivation to continue going down that path, to be able to create this world that you have and become the businesswoman that you have?
Initially, it was all obviously, like you said, uncertain. I made... it's hard. I suppose sometimes it's a little bit hard talking about money. And I don't know, I feel like, maybe I'm always being nervous about celebrating my own success.
When you go to Dubai, everyone talks about money, so go for it.
Okay, no. I always just feel a little bit nervous to just talk about my success. I never really talked about it publicly. I'm kind of just like to always keep it low key, and I don't know. When that PDF took off, I made enough money for me to kind of just just be okay for like a year.
How much was the PDF? We were like £7 or something, $7?
My PDF?
Yeah.
It's about £40.
Okay.
£40 or something like that. Yeah, about $50. Okay, cool. Yeah. So that kind of just gave me a bit of like peace of mind and say, okay, well, if this doesn't go well, I mean, I have a year to figure out what I can do. I could always, I have a degree and everything, but not that it matters, but I could always go back to doing what I was doing.
Sorry, what were you doing? What was your job?
Business and marketing. I mean, worst case scenario, I could always go back to doing what I want, but I kind of just felt that fire within me, and I thought, maybe I should believe in myself a little bit more and just try it. And worst case scenario, just go back. So you can only do better. I can only go better for now. I mean, worst case scenario, we know what's going to happen. So I thought, why not give it a shot? I feel like a lot of people, they're always scared to try. But I always say, what are you actually going to lose? You got nothing now anyway. So it could only go better from there. I always encourage even other people and my friends when they tell me, I don't know if I should post or I should do this or I should do that. And I'm like, what are you going to lose? Like a lot of people are always scared of people's opinions, I feel like, or maybe their friends or like people that follow them already in their circle, and they feel like, oh no, I'm scared that they're going to judge me. But I just simply don't really understand it, because then why was someone that is a real friend to you not be supportive? So it means that maybe you need to reframe your circle of people around you. If they're dragging you down and they're not supporting you, I feel like it's not a good environment to be in anyway.
So the PDF kicked off, and then when did you introduce the other aspects of the coaching that you're doing now? So did you introduce the one-to-ones first, and then after that, you're doing group coaching now, or?
No, I don't do group coaching. I don't do in person at the moment. I only do everything based online. So after the PDF, I tried almost like a web version. So like an app, but on a web version. It was like a very, I think it was like a £10 a month or something like that, but it wasn't personalized. So I always thought it's important for training. We know that it's important that everyone has got different needs. People have injuries, they have different mobility, they have different time available. So I thought I wanted to specialize that and tailor it to the person. So I got approached by a company, and they said, hey, we can build an app for you, and we can help you launch it and everything, and then we can go from there. So I'm actually very grateful for that help too, and that gave me a bit of help from that side.
Which company was that?
So they're called Linus.
Linus, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so they're like they provide apps for online coaching, but I'm not with them anymore now. So I use Trainerize at the moment, which is a coaching app that literally any PT can do for online. You pay a certain amount monthly, depending on the size of the clients that you have and everything. and then from there you can just do the coaching. But I preferred it because Linus was asking for a big percentage. So on top of obviously the taxes, the VAT and everything, I was taking home a very small percentage considering I was doing all the work. So for me, it was important to kind of, obviously we're talking about business here, so it's just really important still to make
more of what you earn.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what pushed me then to kind of move away from there. And then, I do my own thing now with Trainerize, which is like a smaller fee in comparison to a revenue percentage that I used to take.
So predominantly your business now consists mainly of one-to-one coaching.
Yeah, that is the core. But working on a few secret projects too. So it's looking to do something different on the side too. But it's exciting.
And there's only so many one-to-ones you can do because then you're just trading your time for money, right? And there's only so many hours in the day that you can give away for one-to-one support. So the next stage is then how can you develop a scalable model, right? How can you deliver one-to-many type service? So you're not exchanging time for money, but still able to deliver your expertise and help people get the end result that they want.
Time is valuable. People don't really get it, but your time is so valuable. You can't, even if you do group PTing, it's never going to be the same scale. Even reachability. I reach people from like Australia and from all over the world now. So you can make a bigger impact by being online and transfer. And nowadays, it's not really hard to go online. There's so many different platforms you can use. You just have to research it and just launch it. I feel like nowadays, with all the resources that we have, literally anyone can do it, honestly, as long as obviously you're qualified and to do it. Obviously, not everyone, but yeah.
And I guess you get most of your traction and inquiries via your Instagram account, right? That's your main platform.
Yeah, Instagram. And then I also have YouTube and TikTok as well. I would say YouTube is also a very good platform. Very underrated. People really underrate it, but YouTube is also really good.
It helps the customer or the potential customer really understand you, get to know you better because they're spending more time with you on YouTube, right? It's more long form content rather than just.
Yeah, so that's the thing. For me, leads that come through YouTube tend to be more loyal because obviously they consume longer, like you said, longer format videos. So they're a lot more loyal to me and they're stronger as well. So I feel like with Instagram and particularly TikTok is very just kind of attention span is literally tiny. So I still use it, but I don't invest all my time and effort into TikTok yet anyway. But yeah, I would say Instagram is probably the most profitable one where all the traffic comes from. But YouTube is still good because the basically quality over quantity, I would say.
Are you using Instagram as a direct call to action to book a call with you, or is there a screening process that you take people through to complete a questionnaire before they get the opportunity to book a call? So right?
There is a screening process at the moment. So they will complete a questionnaire just kind of to identify whether they're fit to start the coaching. Obviously, it's not, I don't just accept anyone. And also they have different options as well, pricing options. If they cannot, for example, if they do not want to do the online coaching, they can also, I have an app as well that they can do too. So yeah, and then they book a call and then from there we just deliver the service and we set them up with the onboarding and goes from there.
Is it a fixed program? Is it a 90-day program, a 6-month program? Do you have signature programs and is it just delivered by you or do you have coaches?
I oversee everything. So even so, it will basically be me and the coach anyway. And the coach is there to help me, but I am such a control freak. Sometimes I'm just always make sure that I check that I'm happy with everything. But my coaches are honestly amazing. So I wouldn't really have anyone on board unless I truly believed in them. So they're amazing. They've been with me for a while too. So it's really good.
So and then how long is the typical program?
So it depends on the person because we'll tailor the program, everything based on the client's needs. So on the call we'll kind of dive deeper and find out what the client needs and how long they will need, because obviously we can't just say, okay, in 3 months you're gonna achieve this and this and this, because someone can start from a different point than someone else. So it's important. And also I don't really promote fad diets or anything like this. I just want it to do it in a healthy, sustainable way. I'm not here to just promote quick 4 weeks program or anything like that. It takes time to build muscle, and it takes time to lose fat, especially if we spend years and years of our life maybe being a little bit unhealthier and adding that fat. Obviously, we can't expect to lose it overnight. If we've spent years and years of our life kind of adding it on, we kind of just need to be fair with that process too, and we need to be patient.
So it will be on that call, you then diagnose whether they need 3 months, 6 months, 9 months.
Yeah, but also... so we'll start with a minimum commitment, which is 3 months normally, and then we'll go from there. It depends how fast and how quick the person responds to the program too, because also some people will be genetically more prone to build muscle than others. So for people that obviously don't need less time, but there are people that actually take a little bit more time, or they have to do a completely different goal. So for example, they want to put on muscle, right? But first they have some fat to lose. So we have to first focus on a certain phase, make sure we shed all that fat. And then once we are ready, we stripped it off. Now we can focus on building muscle. But it depends again on the person and how they're progressing up, if they're having a bit of a dip, because it happens as well. Like we all go on holiday. Sometimes we all kind of fall off track. I do it as well. Like I'm not 100% crazy on tracking and like gymming. Sometimes it's important as well. I do promote that mental health aspect too. So if you do need to take a week off every now and then or some time off, it's important to kind of allow that to happen and not to be too hard on yourself.
And what would be a typical, like what's the minimum amount monthly to work with you?
Minimum is 3 months, yeah. Don't work with people less than that because it takes time to build muscle. Takes time to see results, and I don't promote fad diet, so it will be a waste of time for me and the client too, because we're not promoting unrealistic expectations. So,
and typically, what will that cost for someone on a monthly basis?
It depends on the level of service that they want, and also they have different plans. So it honestly depends on what package they're using, what kind of. As well, if they want more or less support as well. So it can vary.
How did you find your coaches? And at what point in your journey did you think, okay, fine, now I need to employ people because I can't handle everything myself?
A couple of months, I would say. And because I started realizing as well, I cannot do everything. And if I want to deliver top service, which is what I always strive for, I will not be able to do everything, still deliver top service and still have to like push sales and do the sales and brandings on social media and the content and the finances and everything and checking. So it's just important to kind of sit down and realize, okay, at what point you have to kind of put your pride on your like control freak kind of mode and just delegate, and learning to delegate is super important. But then I started noticing a drop in like even performance for my content and everything, and then started affecting sales and then retention as well. So it's when I actually started, if I get someone to help me, I can provide better service to the client, I can give a lot more and still do the things that can help me grow too and run the business smoothly and give that time that everyone deserves equally to every client. I pretty much hired from social media. So I did a story, and then I did some interviews, and then it came from there. But then I also I searched on LinkedIn too. A sales navigator is really good.
It's fantastic.
Because you can target. It's actually fantastic. Like you can target specifically the job role, and you can really specify to the person. So that really helped me. I tried a recruitment before, a recruitment agency. I have to say, personally, I didn't have a great experience myself. I'm not sure how other people have found it, but yeah, that wasn't good at all. And the level of candidates was very, very poor. I had someone just having an interview. She was in a bar when I was like, definitely not hiring you, sorry. so that was a bit like, okay.
Excellent. Well, you've done amazing in the short time that you have been in business. So inspiration to many, I'm sure. So if we're having this conversation a year from now, what would make you feel successful with your progress?
So I would love to work on my secret project and actually bring it to life, which actually I'm not too I'm not bothered about saying it, to be fair. It's working on, I'm expanding into clothing too. So it will be basically going out clothing for fitness people. So I feel like a lot of people, fitness people, do a lot of gym wear and active wear. I wanted to do something. Okay, but what about when we go out? What about when, because I struggle to find things that fit me and fit my frame. So I thought, okay, what if we have something that fitness people, gym people, that make them feel confident even outside of the gym sphere too. So outside of that environment. So that's what I'm working on. So hopefully launching that and making that successful, and obviously expanding my coaching, of course, and hiring even more PTs and changing more people's lives. That's the goal.
Amazing. And what's your motivation for getting those results?
The impact that I'm having on people. For me, there is nothing better that, especially people that, because I've been there, I've suffered with, and I still sometimes do, with confidence and with my self-esteem and the way I feel about myself, just changing that and having that impact on people, and them coming back at me saying, you completely changed my life. And the way you have done this, you've done this, and now I can wear a dress, or I can wear a bikini, I can wear shorts, I can wear this that I never, or now I can wear a new pair of jeans I never knew I could fit in. It's something so powerful. It's your confidence and the way they carry themselves, even when they send me like, even, I don't know, family pictures, and when they're out for their birthday and things like that. I feel like it's so powerful once they gain that confidence and they completely transform. It's not only a physical thing. I feel like it's so much more powerful, affects your confidence so much more, and your mind, the way you carry yourself, the way you even walk. It's just so powerful. So that is the motivation I love. I'm lucky to do what I do, obviously, but I love the impact it has on people and how it makes them feel. So that is the idea, to empower them and make them feel confident and celebrate their success and their hard work at the gym. So definitely, I always wanted to make an impact in the world. And whether originally I was going to be a doctor, because I wanted to, that's what my dad wanted me to do, obviously, bless him, proper Catholic Italian man. But now I feel like I'm a doctor for the mind too, and the body. So I'm still equally, maybe saving is a big word, but I'm helping people. Like, I feel like doctors help a lot, and I feel like I'm also helping in my own way.
Prevention is better than cure, right?
Yes.
I mean,
I prevent them from going to the hospital.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a huge impact.
Yeah, before you even get there.
You're helping the health service, you know. Yeah,
exactly.
No, that's been amazing. And yeah, you're right. It's all about, I mean, I'm a coach as well. So it's the biggest satisfaction we get is helping others and seeing the results that they get, and then coming back and saying we've changed our lives. So it is a very rewarding, career to be in.
Kind of like fulfilling my, I don't know, duty to be here. I don't know. I feel like I get the little, I don't know, emotional response when I get like people, oh, you helped me, you changed me. And I'm like, oh, I get so emotional as well. God, I love it. It's actually very powerful.
Well, Chiara, it's been amazing talking to you and hearing about your journey so far, and long may it continue. And hopefully we'll be having this chat in a year's time, talking about how great your clothing brand has done and how it's taken off. So thank you so much for coming along today and sharing the journey of moving to Dubai, and also about your business. I hope you've had value from today's video. And if you've got any questions around Dubai or anything else, put them in the comments below. But otherwise, I will catch up with you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye for now.